Hi, I'm Pete Epple. We're in the shop today installing ACES EFI's Killshot throttle body fuel injection system. The vehicle we're using for the install today is the 1987 Silverado you see sitting behind me. This system is very simple to install and something you can easily do in your garage at home. We're going to start with unboxing the system, show you what comes in the kit, and then we're going to show you the finer points of the installation. Follow along as we dig into our Silverado. ACES EFI's Killshot is a TBI-style fuel injection system that is designed to be easy to install, simple to set up, and does not require a laptop or an advanced degree to operate. ACES provides detailed instructions for installation and tuning. The system consists of the ECU, handheld controller, throttle body, which comes pre-assembled with 4 integrated 100 pound-per-hour fuel injectors and the IAT sensor, wiring harness, and hardware. The system even includes the engine coolant temp sensor. The vehicle we're using for our installation is a 1987 Chevy Silverado. This truck was originally equipped with factory fuel injection, but at some point in the truck's life it was converted to carburetor, and much of the wiring was simply cut out of the engine bay. It's time to bring this classic truck back into the 21st century. When you lay out the wiring harness, the simplicity of the installation begins to become apparent. The bulk of the harness is plug and play, and as few as 5 wiring connections need to be made during the installation. In preparation for the Killshot, we disconnected the fuel lines, vacuum lines, and throttle linkage before unbolting and removing the carburetor. Next, we consolidated the vacuum lines and rerouted them for a cleaner look. We then dropped the Killshot throttle body into place. This Silverado has an older aftermarket intake manifold which required a carb spacer for the throttle body to seal to the intake manifold. We mounted our ECU on the firewall. This location is easy to access and allows plenty of room for the wiring harness. Before you mount your ECU, pick a location that is away from any heat sources with easy access for your wiring harness. We reconnected the vacuum lines to the throttle body prior to installing the wiring harness. This allows you to see any potential obstructions before you make any wiring connections. Next, the wiring harness can be installed. The installation of the harness will vary from vehicle to vehicle. Routing will change depending on the vehicle and where you mount your ECU. Make sure that there are no twists or tangles in the harness. As you install it, be sure the harness is not run with any noisy wiring, and make sure there are no sharp edges that could damage the harness. Once the harness is installed, make the connections for each component. You'll need to connect the ECU, throttle body, coolant temp sensor, handheld programmer, and O2 sensor. When you power up the system for the first time, the handheld programmer will ask you to establish what system you're using. We selected the Killshot. You have to run the startup wizard in the handheld programmer to establish some basic engine parameters for the system. Next, it will ask you about your camshaft. Our Silverado has a pretty basic street strip cam in it, so we selected mild. The Killshot has one O2 sensor, so there's nothing to select here. Next, it asks for RPM signal type. Our engine has an HEI distributor, so we grabbed our RPM signal from the coil negative post on the distributor. The Killshot comes with 4 integrated fuel injectors, so there's nothing to change here. Engine size is next. Our small block Chevy checks in at 305 cubic inches. Once this is selected, save the calibration data, and the system is ready to fire. Before you start the engine for the first time, be sure to check all your wiring connections, fuel fittings and lines, and vacuum lines.